But we talked to the neighbor, and we looked at anybody else that maybe had a camera somewhere, but nothing was going on. They had other, community services, like, go into houses, like, knock, hey, have you, like, do you see anything, like, do you have a camera, do you see anything like that? And we had nothing at all. And it was just like, alright, so at this point I'm hoping, alright, she's at a friend's house, she's safe, and she's just like decompressing, or like, she's safe. But like that night, like, as I'm like calling like hospitals and hotels, and just like, there's nothing, like, there's nothing there, like nobody's had her check in, there's nothing at all. And then that was just traumatic because like, I had every light in the house on, just in case, like, you know, like, yeah, I went laid in bed, but I didn't sleep. I was just sitting there, just like, I had friends that came over, Nick and Amanda came over for a little while, and they showed support. My friends Dave and Jeremy came over, they showed support. Shanann's friend Lauren came over, she showed support. Another friend, Melissa, came by that I didn't know that she showed support. Everybody's just like, I don't know, like, why this happened or how this happened, but, like, I hope that she's okay, type thing.
Mhm.
And just like, I was just hoping that I would get that knock on the door, or a phone call, or a text. I mean, her phone, they have her phone, like, hopefully maybe it's a number I don't know. Hopefully it's like, you know, like a burner phone, or some kind of like phone she bought, and she could just text me and call me like, hey, I'm okay. Something, or just get a knock on the door, and then the kids just run in. And I was just like, it didn't happen. And when I was going through like that night, just trying to process everything, like, I miss like the kids like sitting at the dinner table and like having to tell them to eat their dinner, and like I miss them throwing their chicken nuggets at me. Like, when I went to their rooms, just kinda like, you know, make their beds, and it's like, I wasn't gonna turn the rain machines on, you know, like I wasn't like, you know, gonna read them a book. I wasn't gonna kiss them goodnight. I wasn't gonna, like, you know, do that. I wasn't gonna play in the playroom. I wasn't giving them like their nightly snack, like their nighttime snack. I wasn't, you know, giving them their medicine. I wasn't, you know, getting them dressed for bed. All that, like, it just hit me. It's like, I'm not turning the monitor on to watch them because they're not here. It's like, where are they? And that night was just like, I didn't even want to stay in the house that night, but I knew I had to, just in case, like, maybe they came home, maybe they would come in that front door, garage door, or something would happen. But nothing happened that night. So I just laid in bed and took phone calls and texts from all our friends I couldn't sleep either, and just asking for prayers, just asking prayers in general, just like, these kids are gonna come home, they're gonna come home safe. And the next day, well, detective, he called me about 2 a.m. just saying like, hey, we're gonna do like the missing persons report, and I'll get that all going. But yeah, it's like the next day, like, when everything like started happening as far as the news crews like pulling in, and then all the K9 units and the drones flying over my house, it was just like, it all set in, like, this is not, she's not, they think something happened. Because all this right here, this means that, okay, my worst fear, that's where this is going right now. Because I thought she was just at somebody's house and she was safe. But now, it's going the other direction. With all this going on, with the dogs coming in, with the news media, everything just kind of happening, it's like, alright, this has gone to a totally different direction. And it's like, I was, when all my friends like were coming over to give me some support, I knew that, like, alright, like, I was happy all my friends just came over to just support. I didn't want to be alone at that point in time. Like, this is the time you don't want to be alone at all. And my friends are supporting me all through this, and I just want to find them. I want them to come home safe, like, wherever they are, I hope they are safe. And I really hope they can just come home. The FBI agent, Graham, he's been really helpful. I mean, he didn't tell me what leads they have for today, but I'm hoping that it at least them coming home. Because it just, being in that house and not being able to tuck them in, it's just, it's heart-wrenching, it's earth-shattering right now, because those are my kids. Those are like you made those kids, you know, like, do you have kids or anything? Okay, so like,
3 of them.
So like, just not being able to, like, you know, kiss them goodnight and saying I love you, Daddy, or I miss you, Daddy, or something like that. You know, because they were without me for 5 weeks, and it was, I got to FaceTime them every night, and it was just not being able to do anything, like knowing that they were just here and not knowing where they are now is, it's a nightmare right now.
So, thank you for explaining all that to me. Obviously, I have more questions, so I may kind of piece it out, just going back, just so I understand everything. And you kept saying that you thought she was at a friend's house. Do you still think she's at a friend's house?
At this point, I don't. Because all this, like, everything that's happened now.
So what does that make you think of?
It just makes me feel like either she vanished, like, she has the kids and she's somewhere where, like, maybe hopefully a hotel. But I don't think she's at a friend's house now, unless it's somebody I just don't know. Like, if it's somebody I don't know, great. Like, I just want her to be safe. But with FBI here, with, you know, CBI here, with everything that's going on, like, it makes me feel like, all right, maybe somebody has her that's not keeping her safe, or something terrible has happened, and that's the nightmare.
And what would that terrible thing be?
That somebody hurt them.
That's running through your mind sometimes?
I don't want that to run through my mind, but it's running through my mind that somebody has hurt them, and that they are not safe. And I really want them to be safe. I want them to come home.
Right, and we want them to come home too. So let's kind of break it down back to when Shanann went to Arizona. So what was she in Arizona for?
Thrive Local.
Oh, okay.
I've been down there with some of the upline leaders.
Okay. So she, mostly women, like, you know, other people that work for her, you know, downline.
Or downline people or upline people and all that.
Okay, and they just, you know, fill their cup, I guess, for lack of a better term. So they get there and they, you know, cheer them on and like, you can give more and whatever. And I guess, do they teach them about new products?
Yeah, there's a lot of training that goes involved with it, like how to talk to people and stuff like that, how to bring in more people type thing.
Like, did Shanann make a lot of money doing this?
Yeah, she makes about as much money as I do.
Really?
Yeah.
And how much is that? Because I don't know how much you make.
About 65, 70.
Okay. She makes that much just selling
Yeah.
Thrive. Wow. How many people does she have underneath her?
Like, people that signed up underneath her, probably about 200. But like active people that promote it, it's probably about 50 or so. But like she has, her team does about $80,000 a month in sales. Yeah.
That's crazy. Sorry about that. Okay, so she's at this conference, and obviously even before that, like, you know, you said that you kind of talked about, you know, separating or whatever when she got into bed or after you woke up.
Yeah.
When did that start?
So that happened in the 5 weeks that we were, like, when she was in North Carolina and I was back here.
And when did she leave for North Carolina? What was that date?
June 26th.
So the end of June?
Yeah.
Okay. And she leaves in June, and that's when, what?
Yeah, like, being, like, when we were talking and everything and texting and calling each other, like, we could feel like there was, like, that disconnect there. And, like, over that period of time, like, our conversations were shorter, text messages were a little bit less, you know, like more like emotional type thing, you know, less lovey-dovey type things.
So explain, like, even before June, was there any other issues as far as your relationship goes, or, I mean, everyone goes through ups and downs in marriage, but...
like over a year ago, you know, it was more of like, you know, I could see that maybe it wasn't like as hot and heavy as like, you know, as it was when we first met, you know, that spark and everything like that. But like you say, ups and downs, marriages, like, you know, they have their lows and they have their highs. And like, I was hoping that we could just it would just work itself out, like, that's all.
It's hard with babies and, you know...
Yeah, I mean, when the kids are involved, it's a little bit harder, a lot harder.
And just as far as, like, your time away from your spouse and, you know, just trying to make time for them and, you know, give them emotional attention and that kind of stuff, I know that kind of can get strained. Did you feel that once you started having kids, or, you know, did you feel that even before?
Yeah, we didn't, like go on dates really a whole lot after we had kids, because, I mean, we just, you know, kids monopolize a lot of your time, like, they take up a lot, so it's like, you want to focus, like, right on your kids all the time. And that's what we did, and we didn't really focus on ourselves much. And I think that's where, like, I'm not gonna blame the kids for a disconnection or anything, but like, yeah, we focused, like, on the kids, like, all the time. But like, and then like, as our relationship got longer and longer, it was more of like I could feel that disconnect that was there. Like, we really talk, like, we didn't have those deep conversations anymore, like, you know, anything like that. But like, that's when it kind of all started, and I was hoping that, you know, maybe it just worked itself out. And being like, those 5 weeks when she was in North Carolina and I was here, like, I could feel it more.
Like, tell me about that. What do you mean by that?
So like, you could feel like the disconnect more, like, in the conversations we were having, and like, they were just short, and like, it felt like, you know, like when we were texting each other, nothing was the same as far as that goes. Like, calling each other, nothing was the same. And when I got there, that's when you can kind of all, like, when we were talking, it was just, nothing was...
Yeah, tell me about that. Like, what did it seem like when you got out there finally?
Like, when I got out there, it was just like, you could feel like, you know, you get to the airport, you know, just wrap the kids, like, around, they come running through the alarm and everything, they were running through a place they couldn't even run into. And get a big old hug and everything, and then, like, gave Sinead a hug and everything, and just, like, you can just feel it start from there, like, everything just felt, like, different. Like,
did you guys kiss or anything?
We kissed right then, but, like, after that, it was just, like, every night, it was more of, like, we talked, but it was, like, mainly it was through text. Like,
when you were there?
Yeah, because it was more like, whenever we would talk about, like, how we were feeling, it was more of, like, we were just text back and forth type of thing, because like that's how we could get our feelings more across, because her mom, everybody was still there, like we weren't really alone because her parents were there.
So tell me about, like, when did that first text, you know, like, what was that first text like as far as, like, one of you, you know, deciding to talk to the other one about maybe separating or, you know, not feeling great about your relationship or whatever? Like, who was that first person that sent that text, and what did that text look like?
It was probably on her phone, but it was, so when I got there, it was July 31st, went to the beach August 1st, and her dad was there for a few days, and then her mom came down. So we were never really, like, alone together. So that's why some of our conversations were through text as far as that goes.
So while you're both there together, you're still texting each other about stuff. And what were those texts about? Like, what did they say?
It's just kind of like, you know, where is our relationship going type thing. Like, where, like, if we're bringing a third kid into this world, like what's our relationship gonna look like? Like, is it gonna be, are we gonna work this out, or is this gonna lead to a separation? Is this gonna lead to where, like, we stay together and be civil with the kids, or are we gonna be our separate ways and stuff like that?
And what was her reaction to all of that?
It was, I mean, it was emotional, it was a lot of crying, it was just like, I'm not sure, like, how to word that, but it was more of a, what are we gonna do? Like, how are we gonna make this work?
So your wife wanted to make it work?
Like, we both wanted to see, like, alright, is this going to make it work? Is this gonna work? Like, are we still at that point in our relationship where we're gonna make this work? So, like, when she went to Arizona, she confided in a bunch of her friends as far as, like, what was going on, as far as, like, where our relationship was.
And how do you know that?
once this disappearance happened, like, they knew, like, I didn't know if they knew or not.
They reached out to you and told you that they knew, or?
Well, I told them, like, we were, gonna go through, like, with a separation and everything, like, oh, we knew you guys were having some issues there and everything. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know.
Did they tell you what Jan had said?
No. They just said they saw her, like, and her emotional state, it wasn't the same as far as, like, they could tell something was, like, it was different about her.
So in North Carolina, is that the first time you guys have ever talked about maybe not being together and maybe, figuring out life separately?
Yeah.
Okay. And was that more, would you say, you bringing it up to her, or her bringing it up to you?
Me bringing it up to her.
Okay. Okay. Did she ask you why? Like, why now? Or having a baby, that kind of stuff? So what did you say back to her?
Yeah, it was more of just like, I didn't feel that connection anymore. Like,
Like, fell out of love kind of thing, or?
Well, yeah, it was.
How would you describe it?
Yeah, it was more of like, I don't feel the same way that I used to. Like, I don't think we have that connection anymore where, like, I can just, like, be myself and just, like, be everything that I need to be for you right now. And that's how I explained it to her.
And she said what?
She didn't, like, know really what to say. It was just like, I don't know, I didn't see it, but it's like, I want to work on it, and I want to see where this can go. Like, if we can fix it, like either through a book or, like, counseling or...
So after your conversation with her, it was your...
This is in North Carolina.
Right,
yeah.
Belief that you guys would try and work on it together, just to see if it would kind of work, or
just kind of, like, see where this, like, we'll take this week, like, because it was an emotional week just because of everything we were saying, and, like, what we were thinking, like, and all that, especially bringing other kids into the world. It's like, we want that environment to be as, like, healthy as possible.
Sure. Did you guys, I'm sorry, it's freezing here, I'm
Not
gonna pump this up a little bit. Did you guys sleep in the same bed while you were there?
In North
Carolina, yeah.
Yeah, like, there was a couple, I slept in the kids' room one time, and I slept on the couch another time.
Is it just because of the tension?
Yeah, there's tension in there. That's good. And then when we got here,
But when you're there, like, did you guys have sex at all, or?
No.
No? Okay. Were you guys affectionate after the kiss at the airport?
Not really.
Okay.
That's where we could feel like it wasn't really there at that point in time.
Okay, and up until the point where she left, was it, affectionate and?
No.
I mean, what was your sex life like?
The last time we had sex was in, like, May, like, when the kid was born, or kid was conceived.
So, that would have been in May?
It would have been, like, because she found out second week of June, so it would have been, like, May.
Okay, and was there a celebration or something that, did you guys go out, did you have a date?
No, she got me a few shirts that, had, like, it said, like, Dad, Code of Fish and F3 type thing. She had a couple shirts made, all of one of them was a back rub type thing.
But as far as when you had sex in May, like, was there something special about that?
We had, talked about, like, having, like, going through pros and cons of having another child, but, like, we didn't, like, have, like, a celebration, like, of having sex.
So you guys, so you were talking about maybe having another kid?
Yeah. And
then you were actually trying that night to have another kid?
Yeah, I think after we waited until she was, like, when she was, like, ovulating type thing.
Was she keeping track of that?
She always has that on her phone. It's like
OCD, right?
Like a cycle tracker type thing, and it tells you.
Okay. So did you find that sex was more like a job, or did you really enjoy it with your wife as far as...
I never felt like it was a task.
Okay.
Or anything
like even
that.
like, we're going to do it now because I need to get pregnant, whatever. Like,
No,
that?
it wasn't like, whenever you're trying to have a kid, you have to, like, plan that part as far as that goes.
Sure.
Because, like, you can't just, like, have sex every day or twice a day, like, to get pregnant. You have to, like, once and then kind of wait 2 days or something, whatever the formula is. Like she said, you have to wait like 2 days and then try again.
Okay.
But that's what that was.
Okay. So before that time in May, how often would you say that you guys were having sex?
Maybe like once or twice a week.
Okay. So why do you think it significantly stopped right after she conceived in May?
Like it's kind of hard to tell because we went through little spurts where like maybe it wasn't like once or twice a week. Like there was times we went like a month or two like without having sex. Like sometimes like I would try and that would either she was tired or something was going on, like she was just aggravated with something and she was like, no, not tonight, like type thing. Like I was usually the one to initiate it.
Mhm.
Like but I'd say most times it was like I was shot down, but that's married life, honestly.
You just kept trying?
Yeah, like you try, like you never stop trying, because if you felt like it was a job or a task, you wouldn't try.
Mhm.
But like, I enjoyed having sex with her, so
Okay.
it was.
As far as like, North Carolina goes, like when you guys kind of broached the subject of maybe, separating or whatever, did she accuse you of, because, I think it would be a normal wife's reaction to be like,
yeah.
Who is it? Like, like,
Yeah.
who's the chick or whatever.
Yeah, like that kind of came up, and I was just like, that would never happen, like, the kind of guy I am, like, I was at one of my friend's house, Jeremy, and he said, like, you're the type of guy that I could send you with my wife for a week and know nothing was gonna happen, type thing, like, people know the kind of person I am.
Solid guy.
Yeah, like, I'm not the type of guy that's just gonna say, alright, my wife's gone, like, who's the girl, like, I can find for this, like, 5 weeks, like, no, that's not me. Like, I respect my wife, and she respects me, like, there's no anything that she could, like, if she's somewhere safe right now, like, I don't think it would be with a guy. If it is, I'm fine, like, I want her to be safe, I want the kids back home, if it was with a guy, great, I'd come back home. We'll talk about all that later.
Mhm.
But like, I never had an inkling she would do anything to me,
So how did that come up from her? Like, what exactly did she say to you?
Because of our how our texts and calls were getting shorter and everything like that. Like, she's like, are you having? I was like, no, I'm not having an affair. Like, that is the last thing that should be on your mind.
Did she bring up any other, I guess, in a woman's mind, evidence as far as, why she would think there would be someone else involved or anything like that?
No, it's just cause I was whenever she would call, sometimes I'd be out for a run or I'd be working out, and she could tell all right, you don't want to talk to me right now, let's just go work out, type thing. It's like when she was gone, I would take that more time to kind of go run, go work out, because I had time to do it, type thing.
Sure.
Like, I would always make time to FaceTime with the kids and everything when she would call, I would always make time to do it, especially when the kids are awake and everything like that.
Sure.
She would later on at night, when I would just, sun goes down, I'd go out for a run because it's less hot outside.
And would she accuse you of doing other stuff while you were not answering your phone, or?
Oh no, she was she would ask me hey, can you do this for me? Can you find this medication? Send me a picture of it. Can you find something at the house? Little things like that. She knew I was at the house, so it's she had no reason to really have that fear in her head, but being away for that amount of time and being pregnant, and that's going to run through her mind.
Has she ever been away that long before?
No.
Okay. And you talk about her being pregnant or whatever. How was she different when she was pregnant than when she wasn't pregnant?
Well, I guess you're just a little more emotional in general.
I just want to make sure that
The red light?
Yeah.
Okay.
More emotional?
Oh yeah, that's normal. Her cravings hadn't really changed or anything like that, but just just more emotional and everything like that.
Mhm. Would she kind of admit that,
oh yeah,
I'm pregnant, whatever?
Well, I guess she's she's with her mom, and she gets very, her mom's really she's full Italian, so she's always always just gung ho about everything.
Mhm.
And it makes you really anxious sometimes, and it's a lot of stress being over there with her family and my family, as far as like everybody, you know, like she's over there by herself with the kids.
Do you guys all get along? Like, does
I mean, yeah, we all,
parents-
I mean, pretty civil as far
I know
as.
you said that you went to your parents by yourself. Like, was there a reason why Shanann and the girls didn't go?
Yeah, because there was an incident where my mom had something in the house that Cece was kind of allergic to.
What was that?
It was some ice cream. And
What are your kids sick with? I guess.
Cece's allergic to tree nuts.
Okay.
And so not peanuts, but like.
My kid's allergic to peanuts, but not tree nuts, so.
Yeah, so peanuts is like I guess it's growing from the ground.
Mhm.
So the tree nuts like pistachios and cashews and stuff like
Those
that.
are the good ones.
I know, and kiwi.
Oh,
Kiwi's
goodness.
like grown, like, I guess the spores have like something that's related to tree nuts, found out the hard way as well. But yeah, like there was an incident where she had something in the house, as far as it was ice cream that Cece couldn't have, and one of my sister's kids went and grabbed some. She was eating next to Cece, and it was just a point where like Shanann said, they cannot come over here again. Because Cece's the one that kind of would lunge, as she would just grab. Like, I mean, if my sister's kid had,
It would happen so fast you wouldn't even be able to.
you wouldn't know, because I mean, like, how we figured out tree nuts was an issue is because Cece had a little sliver of a cashew one day, a sliver, and made her react. And her reaction has gotten worse over her last panel was like a month, 2 months ago or something like that. And her reaction was a little bit when they prick her back and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So like that kind of drove Shanann to where like, all right, they can't come over ever again if you're gonna have this in this house, and that's why that happened.
When was that? Was that during this trip, or was that from before?
It was during that 5-week span.
Okay.
Yeah, and they hadn't seen the kids in like 2 weeks when I got there. And Shanann was like, they can't come over. They can't go over there right now.
What did you think about that?
I was hurt. I was like, I wanted my parents to see their grandbabies, like, even if it's just like we didn't even FaceTime. So like when I went over there, like I wanted to bring the kids, but like I respected her decision. Like, okay, if you want the kids over there right now, it's fine. I just need to see my parents, like, since I'm here. Like, I'm here for a week, I want to at least like go over there, give them a hug, and see my sister, her husband, their kid as well, and just kind of say, hey, had a little cookout and just hung out.
Do you know if Shanann told anyone in North Carolina about what was going on?
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Who do you think she told?
Oh, she probably told, well, there's people here. I know Nicole probably knew. I know Cassie probably knew. But Nicole lives here, Cassie lives there. There's some of her good friends.
But like, would she have told any of her family or friends in North Carolina?
I'm not sure if her mom knew or not, if that was the case.
Is she pretty close to her mom?
Oh yeah, she is, but I'm not sure if she like told her like the entire like thing about the whole like having something in the house.
All right, I just mean between you and her. Sorry, the separation.
No.
She didn't tell any of her family.
No.
And why do you know she didn't do that?
Because she told me she's not going to tell them. And, like, I knew she was confiding in a few of her friends because she told me that because she had need someone to talk to, but she didn't tell her mom or anything like that.
Mhm. Do you guys go to church?
No, not here.
No.
No, we haven't.
You moved to Colorado?
No, we
go to church?
no.
Okay.
Like we were talking about finding one for with the kids and everything.
What about counseling? Did you guys talk about counseling?
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you guys talk about that?
That was probably we got back from the 7th, back to work on the 8th, so it was probably about the 8th or so.
Oh, right before she left?
Yeah.
Or, I guess she left on the 10th, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what came of that when you guys talked about counseling?
It's like I don't really think we really needed to go to counseling, so I've never anything that we were saying to each other, I felt like we could just say to each other
Mhm.
and not have to go to somewhere, sit on somebody's couch and talk to them about it. But like she said, like a couple of her friends that were married have been to counseling like once or twice or 3 times and they're still going type of thing.
Mhm.
But like I didn't feel like I really needed to, but I was open to the idea because I thought like, all right, if she really like if this is gonna work, maybe, but like I really didn't really want to do it just because like I didn't think we needed to do that. I thought we could just maybe just do it that way, but the disconnection was there. I didn't feel like it was gonna help.
Okay. So you get back on the 8th or 7th?
On the 7th, go back to work on the 8th.
You went back to work on the 8th?
Yeah.
Okay. And what day is the 8th? Like of the week? Do you remember?
8th, 9th. So it'll be a Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the 10th was a Friday, that's when she flew out.
Okay. And then you worked how many days?
I worked Wednesday and Thursday, and then I was off Friday because that's when she flew out to Arizona.
Okay. So tell me about all the stuff you did on Friday. Or how was it, I guess, before she left? Like, did you take her to the airport?
Oh, no, Nicole picked her up.
Oh, Nicole picked her up?
Yep.
Okay. What was the attitude like, or what was the relationship like when she left for Arizona?
It was, we were just, like we had talked about counseling and everything, and we knew what the sex with the baby was. We weren't going to tell anybody until she got back, because Nicole knew.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole was the one that, prepped everything for her, with the bag, and, a couple things, pour out a little fake champagne bottle and whatnot.
For which one?
For a gender reveal type thing.
Gender reveal, okay.
Type thing like that.
Okay.
So she did all that for us. And so Friday, I woke up I waited for the kids to wake up because she left pretty early that morning. Nicole came and picked her up, and she left for the airport.
Was it kiss, hug, bye, or was it kind of strained as far as?
It was a hug.
It was a hug?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just have a safe flight, and just let me know when you get there, and I'll send you pictures of the kids, throughout the day.
Okay.
Type thing.
Okay. So, and then you said, I'm sorry, that you waited till the kids got up?
Yeah, that's what we usually do. We just wait for the kids to wake up, so they wake us up.
Okay.
And Bella came in the room, and she usually just crawls into bed and just falls asleep next to us. When she wakes up, she doesn't just get up and just go like Cece does.
But as far as Friday goes, what exactly happened on Friday?
So we just pretty much hung out around the house, just playing around. We went to a grocery store, went to get my glasses, got some cracks in the frame. We went to Target. We went to King Soopers to pick up the click list over there.
I've never done that.
That was fun.
When did you do that? Is that your first time doing it? Or do you guys do
Oh, no, she does it for me all the time.
Oh, she does?
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah, we just we had made a little day of it and everything. And
so, and I'm sorry, do your kids go to preschool or daycare?
Primrose.
Is that a preschool or a daycare?
It's a little bit of both depending on your age.
Okay.
Because they have up to 6 months.
Okay, so what are your kids considered? In the preschool or in the...
Early, Celeste is early preschool 1? Early preschool 1. And Bella is pre-K 1.
So is it you can drop your kids off before school starts, and they will
oh, yeah.
have a daycare and then you
you go into they'll have a room sometimes they'll only have a few teachers there at 6:30 in the morning type thing.
Oh, okay, you're right, and they combine most of the classes and stuff because
Mm-hmm.
there's not that many kids there. So where is this Primrose at? Is that in
Erie?
In Erie.
Yeah.
Is there only one there in Erie?
Yeah, Primrose is a chain of the school, but
right.
there's another one in Thornton or something like that.
But there's only one in Erie.
Yeah, there was a teacher work day that day, so that's why they couldn't go.
That's what I was wondering. I'm so Friday they would normally go?
Mhm.
Okay.
They would normally go. That's why I took that day off because
you didn't have any daycare.
Because she was leaving so early and whatnot. But yeah, we just played around that day, and we took a couple different places and.
And do the kids go 5 days a week there? Or how often do they go to?
5 days a week.
5 days a week. And what is the normal time that they go from 8 to 10?
Depending on when they kind of wake up and get ready, usually 7:30, 4.
7:30 to 4?
Yeah,
okay.
somewhere around there.
And is this because Shanann is doing her Thrive stuff and you're at work at the oil field?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's when they're at school, she can really concentrate.
Sure.
All that stuff right now.
Does she pretty much work from home?
Oh yeah, she can work from anywhere.
But does she normally work from a computer at home, or is she?
She just works from her phone. She uses a computer, but she uses her phone mostly.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you can do anything from those things.
That's crazy. Okay, so you hang out, you guys are running errands, Target, grocery store, that kind of stuff. What time do you think you get home on Friday?
Probably about, I would say probably about 4:30 or so.
Okay. And do you guys do anything else Friday night?
And just normal things like, you know, just getting ready for bed, or have dinner, getting ready for bed type thing.
Okay. Did you talk to Shanann that night?
Yeah,
Friday night?
yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.
Would you have FaceTimed her with the girls, or?
Oh, no, they, when she's away and stuff like that, like, we don't FaceTime the girls, they really react to that.
Oh, because they'd be upset.
They'd be
She's
upset,
gone.
yeah, like Bella was asking a lot about her.
Okay. So did she talk to them, like as far as on a phone call, or?
No, there was no contact between her and the kids while she was gone.
And
That's normal, like if she, like last time, there was a Thrive event, that was like, she went to Canada, and like, it was like, we do not talk to the girls, like, they would literally like, have like a cry fest, like.
You're like, I can't handle that, so.
Well, I mean, she knows, like,
Yeah.
and like, it would really make her cry too.
Mhm. Okay.
So, it was just one of those deals.
Right, so what time do you think they go to bed on Friday night?
Probably about, about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay. And what did you do Friday night?
I went downstairs and worked out and just kind of chilled out at the house and.
So your weight is in your basement?
Yes.
Okay, so you went and worked out, and then how do you chill out? Like, what do you normally do?
Sports Center, and just like, if there's a cool movie on to watch or something like that. And
did you have anyone over on Friday, or anyone stop by, or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that?
No.
Okay. And then what happened Saturday morning?
Saturday morning, kind of the same thing, like Bella came in bed again, like when she wakes up, she comes into bed and just kind of lays next to me, and then just kind of waiting for Cece to wake up type thing. And then I was going to go to Costco that day, but Shanann said she'd just do it when she got back. And go back on Monday, get some chicken or vegetables and stuff like that. But I got most everything from that click list, the King Soopers. They were just like hung out at the house and played outside, and before it got too hot outside, and just played in the playroom and did some things around the house because it gets so hot out there. Like, we couldn't go to the park because they were doing like some drainage thing, and they had everything dug up, and whenever it does rain, it just like puddles up really high, and it was just one of those deals.
Because you're in a newer neighborhood, is that right?
Our house was built in 2013.
Oh, okay.
But there was already houses there. I think those houses have been there for a little while.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So you guys come in, or you're hanging around the house, playing around the house. So what happens around dinner time?
So Jeremy Lindstrom, one of his daughters, McKenna, watched the girls that night. I went to a Rockies game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who did you go to the Rockies game with?
I was people from work.
And who did you go with from work?
It was Cody and.
You have last names too, just because I don't know who these people are.
Oh yeah, it was like Cody Bourgeois and. Yes, because it was a raffle that we had from work.
Oh, okay.
So it was a work function, but it was Cody Bourgeois and Sam LaRue.
Those two guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So just
Yeah.
3 of you guys went?
Yeah, and then I came home about 11.
Did they win?
Yeah, it was a walk-off 3-1 home run in the bottom of the ninth.
Nice. So this is Saturday night, right?
Saturday night.
So what time did you actually leave to go to the Rockies game?
It was like 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Did the game start at 7 or?
6:10.
6:10?
Yeah, I
Did you
got
stop
done.
and eat dinner, or?
Yeah, the Lazy Dog.
At the Lazy Dog?
Yeah.
Who did you eat dinner with?
About the same people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so got down there, the Rockies game, came back about 11 or so, stopped by at the gas station next to the house, got some money from McKenna, gave it to her.
What gas station is that?
The one right by our house.
Do you know what kind it is, or?
Conoco.
Conoco?
I think it's next to a Pinocchio's restaurant.
Okay.
So
Is the ATM inside?
Yes.
Obviously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got that. Talked to Shanann on the way home.
From the Rockies game?
Yeah.
How did you get there and back?
With the Lexus.
Oh, with Alexis. So did you pick up anyone on the way? Did you give rides
Mhm.
to anyone?
No.
You just met them down there?
Yeah.
Where were your seats, do you remember?
That was on like the third baseline.
Like good seats?
They're decent.
First level kind of?
Like 10 rows up probably, somewhere there.
Nice.
It was not too bad.
How much did you pay for the raffle?
Oh, it was just something to enter.
Oh.
Something to enter in there.
Nice.
But they always have something like for a golf tournament. I'm not a golfer or anything like that, but it was just something to enter.
Do you and your people you work with get together every once in a while?
Not mainly. This was just like a random thing. It was just something I never won anything, so it was just like one of those random things.
Did you pick them to go?
I won that one ticket.
All three of you won
Yeah.
the ticket?
Yeah.
And did anyone else meet you guys there from work or?
No, it was just a random thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but when we got home, I called Shanann. I asked her how much to give McKenna, and she was like, "It's like, do I give her 60 or give her 50?" It's like, just give her 50, because it's like, okay, you don't want to overpay her. I'm like, okay. When I get there, and the expedition was there. I think that was Jeremy's wife's car, and I gave her the money, and girls were fine. They ate pizza. I ordered pizza for them that night, for them like that. And then after that, I went inside, went to bed, and then.
Were the girls in bed?
Oh yeah, they were totally passed out.
And was the mom there to help McKenna, or?
No, I think she dropped off the car, because I didn't see anybody in the car when I pulled up.
Oh, McKenna can drive. I don't even know how old McKenna is.
She had her own car. She had a Jeep.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't see anybody in the car as far as her mom was, but I think they just dropped her car off, so like when I got home, they could just.
Okay. So, and I hate to keep going back to the Rocky team, but you were with your coworkers there. Did you mention to either of them about, issues that you're having with your wife or anything like that?
No.
Are these not those type of people that you would talk to like that?
No,
okay.
Nothing like that. Nothing at all like that. Because it's personal type things. I didn't want people at work really knowing anything that I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
Only person I really told was my foreman, just because
Who is that?
Luke Apple.
Oh, okay. And what did you tell him?
I just told him I wanted him to be aware if he felt like my mind was not on task, that tell me and just send me home type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because at work, when you're there, you need to be, because there's so much pressure around. Not pressure, wellhead pressure.
Yeah,
that kind of pressure.
Dangerous.
Yeah, you stand in front of a master valve or a needle valve that could be open or something like that. So you don't want to be 100 pounds could kill you. But I work around stuff that has
So did he ask you why would your mind not be right?
I told him my wife and I are we're going through a few things right now, and that separation has been on the table. I want you to know my mind's gonna be on task, and I wanted him to know if you see anything that I'm doing that you don't like, just let me know. Because my foreman, he's the one that's gonna he's the one giving my performance reviews. He's my boss.
Is he out there when you're working and stuff?
He's in the office mainly, but he's one of the foremen that likes to go out to the field.
Because he may see you out there.
Yeah, oh yeah, he likes to, if he has meetings or whatnot, he likes to, or when he's done with meetings, he likes to get out of the office.
So what was his reaction to you when you told him that?
It's just let me know if anything happens, and I won't tell anybody on the team or anything, our team, because that's personal issues, so I'll just keep me in the loop.
Okay.
Type deal.
And when you get home from the Rockies game, both girls are in their own bed?
Oh yeah.
Do they always sleep in their own bed?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So do they have separate bedrooms?
Yes, they have an adjoining bathroom.
Okay.
Jack and
Jill. Okay. So tell me about Sunday morning when you wake up.
So Sunday morning, we wake up like normal, and Bella actually goes into Cece's room and wakes her up this time. Okay. So it happens. But yeah, so that happens, and then we go downstairs and watch Bubble Guppies and stuff like that. And I put in bed a little early that day because Jeremy's son, Caden, called Buddy, he's turned 4.
Wait, are you talking about Sunday night already?
No, it's Sunday afternoon.
Oh, you put him in bed for a nap?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nap time. Yeah, they have a nap in the middle of the day.
That's the best, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we go over there after a nap. I wake them up. We go straight there.
What time is that, you think?
So the part of that 1, I woke him about 12:30, type deal.
Did you guys have a present for this little guy? Or
Yep.
And how'd you get the present?
Oh, we went to Target that day, and I got him a little dinosaur car.
Okay.
Yep.
So earlier before their naps, you
Yes.
went to Target?
Yep.
Okay.
Went and got the dinosaur car.
Do you go anywhere else besides Target? Okay.
No, not that Sunday, no.
Okay.
Like, 'cause when we got back, it was about that time, and they had some, for, like, that little early lunch, they had some they wanted cold pizza. So, that was their deal. It was the pizza left over from the other night.
Okay.
So, they ate that, and they went and took a nap. And then after that, we went to Jeremy's house, and we rode there from, like, 1:15 to, like, probably 4:30, 5 o'clock. Out there, it was like, I didn't know it was gonna be like a water balloon, like, pool thing. That little mini pool out there with water balloons and everything.
And what do you mean that, like, you didn't bring swimsuits?
I didn't have swimsuits or water shoes with me or anything like that.
Okay.
So, like, it was,
They just get their clothes wet?
yeah,
Okay.
type deal.
But they love that.
Oh, no, Cece loves just getting in the water. Bella was more like taking the water balloons out and just, like, you know, spraying them everywhere, type deal.
Okay. So you get home about what time, you think?
About 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Okay, so what happens after that?
Immediately just put them in the shower and try to wash them off, because they had, you know, sand and everything, because they had a little sandbox over there, like, with their little playground. And, so I just put them in the shower immediately, just wash them off. They can usually, like, wash their hair by themselves and whatnot, so.
So are you in the shower with them?
I'm
or-
on the outside.
On the outside?
Yeah, I'm just like, I let them kind of do their thing and wash them up and everything and get them dried off, put some lotion on, pajamas, go downstairs. They wanted pizza again, so cold pizza.
What kind of pajamas did you put on them?
Just for nightgowns.
What did those look like?
It's probably, I think Celeste had like a pink one with like little, like a drawing of like a bird or something like that.
Okay.
And Bella, it might have been one that said like believe on it, or it was a multicolored one, might have had a unicorn on it.
Okay.
They have so many of those nightgowns.
And now, is it a dress, or are they pants for the shirt?
No, it's like a dress.
Like,
But it's
yeah.
like, yeah, it just kinda like falls down to their knee. It's hot, so they sleep hot, they sweat like crazy.
Okay. Do they take their pajamas off at all during the night?
No.
When they're normal?
Cece has a nighttime diaper. Just eats a nighttime diaper.
But she, I mean, as far as getting hot and stuff, they don't like strip their clothes off in the middle of the night because they get hot or anything?
No.
Or do they?
No, I've never seen them do that, unless they have pants on. Like if they have like they have like their mermaid pajamas that has like a t-shirt and pants, they'll take that off.
The shirt part?
The pants.
Oh, the pants.
Yeah, 'cause they get so hot.
Right.
So the,
Oh, I've never heard that yet, that noise.
Great stuff about behind you.
Is that what was beeping?
No, it was just like, maybe it
Oh.
was like that getting hit or something like that.
No, I wasn't touching it.
No, like in another room, another
Oh.
room, they always have that.
Yeah.
They all have that.
Okay, so you get them in their pajamas,
Feed them dinner
feed
and
them.
FaceTime, Shannon's parents.
so not Shan, just her parents?
Yeah, her parents.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so they FaceTime them for a little while, and after that, they sit on their couch. They have a Minnie Mouse, Cece has a Minnie Mouse couch, and Bella has a Sophia, the first couch, and they chill there and give them a little snack, and Celeste has some vanilla wafers, Bella has some chips, and then they each wanted the switch after they were done, so, sorry. Bella had vanilla wafers after that, and Cece had some, like, Cheez-Its or something like that.
Okay.
And then, after that, just brushed their teeth and got them ready for bed, and they both used the potty, and like they normally do, and put them in bed.
Okay. Do they normally go to bed right away, or?
Well, they lay in bed, like, they don't get out, like, once the rain machines are on and lights are out, like, Bella came out twice that time, just 'cause she knew, like, Shannon was coming home. Like, I told her, like, alright, she'll be home Monday, type thing, 'cause, like, Shannon's not gonna just go in there and wake her up at, like, in the middle of the night, type thing. So, like, I told her, she'll be here Monday, and she knew,
When
like,
you wake up.
yeah, she knew, like, alright, time yet? Like, she comes out, like, she home yet? Like, no, baby, just, when you wake up, okay, when you wake up, so, okay. About two times she came out asking about that, but Celeste hasn't done that yet.
So as far as, said you talked to Shanann, at least one time to ask about how much to pay McKenna.
Yeah.
Did you talk to Shanann any other time?
Oh yeah, like during the day Sunday.
Okay, and how was that?
It was just fun, just talking about the kids and like, you know, texting back and forth. I don't have much signal over at Jeremy's house. There's like a dead zone on Erie Parkway over there somewhere.
Did you send her pictures of the kids
Yeah.
at the party and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did she, was she happy about that?
I was like, yeah, I
or?
miss them type thing, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, but like, I sent her pictures while she was gone.
What about like phone calls? Did you guys have any phone calls?
Yeah, we had a few. I couldn't call her over there because it was bad signal area. I barely get the text messages out. But yeah, I mean,
You didn't call her at Jeremy's, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I couldn't. Cause
But the other time, like Saturday night?
Oh yeah, like everything. Yeah, we just talked and asked how everything went and everything like that. And once I got him home, like after the party and got him to bed and everything, told Bella's like she knows you're coming home and she's ready and everything. And she was texting me like about like 'cause the power went out I guess in Arizona because of the dust storms, and her friend Addie and Cindy like they paid for dinner and stuff like that. And yeah, Nicole and her were at the airport, and Addie's plane got delayed, and they were hoping theirs weren't getting delayed, but it ended up getting delayed.
So what, like if you could have taken her pulse then, like how was she as far as communicating with you? Was she, like same old Shanann, or was she still kind of upset, or
It's
distant,
kind of hard to tell through those texts, but like she was ready to get home and see the girls and just be home.
But as far as her relationship with you, how did that feel to you?
I mean, it felt like she did when she left. Like it felt like like she was like in that state of mind where like okay, she decided to be home. Like maybe she like. It's kind of hard to really tell, but through a text. But like, she wanted to get home and see us because she'd been away. Like when she was in North Carolina for 6 weeks, and then she comes home for 2 days and goes to Arizona. Like she only been home for like 2 days in a 6.5 week span. So she was just ready to be home, be with us, and just kind of like just be around us.
So, what time was she originally supposed to be home?
11.
Oh, 11?
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously that gets delayed till whenever.
Yep. She got home. She didn't get home till like 2. She didn't leave there till like 11. I think they're an hour behind.
Okay.
In Phoenix.
Okay.
At this time of year, because they don't.
Did she text you when she landed, or did you know?
No, she texted me that it was delayed, and I think she texted me when she took off, but she didn't text me when she landed.
Okay.
I just felt her like get into bed.
Okay, and you said that was around 2, you think?
2 o'clock.
Now, there was a doorbell thing, is that what you said?
Yeah.
At 148? Describe the doorbell thing.
So it's got like whenever like a proximity, like she walks up.
Like a motion thing?
Yeah.
Okay. And now, is that tied to like a home security system, or is it just a single doorbell thing?
The doorbell like records it on to the our control panel.
So it's all tied together?
Yeah.
Like garage alarms?
Yeah, everything.
Alarms, window, whatever?
Well, there's no windows, but just like there's a living room like motion thing and a basement motion, and like we have open and shut sensors on the basement door and the rear sliding door, and obviously the front door and both garage doors.
So is it anytime they're open, or just if they're
Anytime
open for an extended period of time?
So like if a door is left open, after a certain amount of time, it'll say the front door at 2825 Saratoga Trail has been left open.
So did it alert you that she was outside using the keypad to get in when she got home, or?
No, it picked her up walking up to the door.
And did it alert you that?
When I saw it the next morning when I woke up.
It wasn't enough that it woke you up.
Oh no, it's very like a faint like ding type thing.
And what's the living room one? What's that for?
It's just a motion detector. Like if like you set alarm to away, like nobody's gonna be in the house. That's stuff like that. It'll pick that up and set alarm off.
Is it on when you're home though?
No, like if you set it to away while you're home, you're just gonna check the alarm.
Okay. So you don't have any of those like active, I guess, when you're at
well, it's always active, but it's not set to. You can set it to away and stay or disarmed, but it's still gonna pick it up.
Oh, okay.
Like if you look on my phone, like go to the Vivint app, it'll show you like living room motion system detected.
So and I guess so just for my own knowledge, did you actually look at that? Obviously, when she went missing, and the girls, did you look at your living room alarms and that? I mean, to see if there was. stuff going on in the
It
living
doesn't,
room?
like, once, because we had so many, like doorbell trips, because it was messing up so much as far as, like, little things setting it off, I can only go to the history so far.
So you don't pay for the cloud storage for that?
No.
Okay. Is that an option?
They had never given it to me.
Okay.
But, like,
So how far did it go back?
I'm not sure how many, like, different, like, events that it can store. Like, it'll have notifications, you can scroll up, but it eventually just ends. Not sure how long they'll actually keep it.
So when this all happened, did you look on there and it, like...
The only thing that I saw that was really strange was that, when I left, it said, the garage door stayed open.
And no, so if that was on there at 5, whatever, in the morning, right? Wouldn't the other stuff still be there too that happened after? Like if there was motion in the living room or the basement or whatever?
It should have been the only thing. There was like a basement door left open and garage door left open.
Oh, when was the basement door left open?
It was about the same time.
5:27?
Yeah, it was like within a minute.
And then what was the other one, did you say?
That garage door left open.
Was the basement door open when you went back?
Not that I remember. Like when I got there, everything was shut. Garage door was shut, basement door was shut.
What, like, you go out to the basement, like,
The
is
basement
it a walkout?
No.
Oh,
It's a garden level.
okay.
So there's like the windows, I mean, you can see the backyard. It's not like one of the ones that's like a normal one where it's like a deep dive, like where you have to look up to see like the level of the grass.
So what's the basement door then, I guess
Oh, so the basement door is, so like when you walk in you walk into the house through the garage, and then as you're walking to the living room, you take a right, and then that's the basement door that leads down into the basement.
Oh, so that door has an alarm?
It has a sensor that tells you when it's open, because you can, since it's a garden level basement, the windows, you can walk into the backyard and you can open a window. You don't have to dip down, you just open a window and you can walk in, type of thing.
So there's an alarm on the
There's
interior door because...
Yeah, because like you could,
in case an intruder came in
yeah,
through
through the window,
basement?
yeah, like stuff like that.
Okay. And that one went off too? Like,
Yeah.
was that before the garage or after the garage? Which one was first?
One was at 526, one was at 527. I think the 527 one was the garage, and the 526 was basement left open.
Do you get those a lot, or do you guys even hang out in the basement usually, or?
I'm usually down there just to like work out, but I didn't work out that morning, so like it definitely wasn't open when I left.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
Very got off track.
You're fine.
So, the Ring doorbell goes to your phone. Like, how do you log into that system?
It's just an app.
It's just an app. What is the app called?
Business.
And does she have that app as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Should be on the phone.
Is it your login? Is it her login? You guys
Hers.
Oh, it's her login?
Yep.
So is it her email and password? What is her email?
ShanannWatts@gmail.com.
Okay. Do you know what her password is for that?
It should be like 428-4915, capital S, lowercase w.
Say that one more time.
428-4915, capital S, lowercase w.
Okay. Is that what she uses for other stuff, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Kind of
her.
common.
Yeah, it's her.
Her
Yeah.
go-to password?
Yeah, it's a phone number.
Okay. Oh, that makes sense. So.
It's a phone number, not hers, but it's a phone number.
Right. Okay. So I know, like, I have a Ring doorbell, and like our flag will shut it off sometimes. You know.
Yeah, that's why
it'll
I took my flag down, because like it kept like after we had like the camera reset because it wasn't working for a little bit, it was picking up. I thought it was a flag, but like it wasn't. It was like picking up just like the tree moving around and the bush, like a branch or something, or
the shadow or something. Like, yeah, I feel like ours does that too. So, is that the system that was installed in the home when you moved in, or is that something that you guys installed? When did you guys install that?
I would guess 2 years ago.
2 years ago? Okay.
I think.
So are you completely asleep when she gets home?
Yes.
Do you hear her, like...
I feel her, I felt her, like, get in.
But as far as, like, was she putting away her luggage, you know, like,
No.
Like me, I'm crazy about, I need to unpack like the second I get home, no matter
It was,
if it's like
it
2
was
in the morning.
really late, but like, I don't know.
You don't think she was unpacking
No.
suitcases
No.
or whatever? You think she just like
No, her
went up
suitcase
the
is still
stairs
home.
and?
Her suitcase is still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's one that would wait till the next morning when she woke up and
Yeah.
unpack her suitcase and
Yeah.
everything? Okay. And do
Yeah,
her
or
laundry.
yeah, at some point in time, yeah.
Okay. So